So from now on, this channel will only contain English content. I'm only doing English podcasts, English videos, you name it. There's nothing anymore in German. And what I'm also not doing anymore is talking about my health issue. As many of you know, I have cancer. I have sarcoma cancer, and I underwent chemotherapy. Now I'm facing surgery very soon. I'm not going into this anymore because while talking in German, I had very bad experiences from commentators telling me what to do, what not to do, what I should do, like treatment, what I should eat. That has nothing to do with my treatment, and I don't want to justify myself what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. I have a very good oncologist. I have very good doctors, and I don't need people who have no clue about cancer, especially about my rare cancer, telling me what to do by Googling or listening to I don't know what on YouTube. So I'm not talking, I'm not writing about my health issue anymore. Because maybe you English guys, Anglos are very different. I haven't heard any kinds of suggestions Googled by Anglos, but the Germans are very, the mentality is they have to tell you what to do and they know everything better. So this is my experience. And because of that, I'm not talking about my illness anymore. What I want to do instead, and I have quite a few questions in English regarding my blog, Mehr Shearim, or formerly Shearim, when I used to be on Blogger. Now I'm on WordPress, not now, but for the past few years already, is about Chassidic content and Haredi content. And I've, maybe you've seen it, I've scheduled podcast with the topic why Haredim, or especially young Haredim, leave Haredi society. And I've been delaying, as you probably can see. So, I've been delaying it because lately I've been very busy with going to the hospital and undergoing treatments. And I still am this week. And, but anyway, when you want to talk about certain topics, you have to be in a certain mood. And I haven't really been in this mood, maybe because of what's going on at the moment with me, or maybe not, I don't know. But for certain topics, you have to be in the mood. This podcast is going to come. I've scheduled it for tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow, but it's going to be by the end of this week or maybe next week, hopefully, whenever I'm in the mood. So someone has also asked me about Chassidic clothing, especially when it comes to Toldot Aharon or the Yishuv HaYashan here in Jerusalem. Toldot Aharon clothing, for instance, or also the Shomrei Emunim, and also Toldot Aharon, as well as maybe some others, maybe also the old Breslovers. I'm talking about the Breslovers, real Breslovers from Mehr Shearim with Rabbi Shechter. I'm not talking about any Baal Tshuva movement. I'm talking here about the real thing. They all still dress according to the Yishuv HaYashan, to the old Jerusalem. I don't know how you translate it. Yishuv HaYashan should be. Hopefully you know this, what it means, the old Jerusalem dress when the Turkish was still occupying and everything. So I'm going to go a little into this and try to find some English translations. But whoever is asking about these Toldot Aharon, Shomrei Emunim, Toldot Avraham Yitzchak clothing should know that they only wear their certain dress here with the stripes in Jerusalem. If you have someone, let's say a Toldot Aharon Chassid, living in Beit Shemesh, which is, 20, 25 kilometers outside Jerusalem, they do not have to wear the stripe thing. They just wear, a normal bekishe, a normal black kaftan. they don't have to wear the traditional clothing from the Yishuv HaYashan with the stripes. And also, if you have, when you see, I haven't seen them because I haven't been to New York, but if you go to Monsey, for instance, Monsey has also a Toldot Aharon community. I think there's also something in England, maybe in Manchester, London, I don't know, really. But when you see them outside of the country, the Toldot Aharon, they also do not have to wear their stripe kaftan. They just go just normal in a black kaftan, in a black coat. The stripes are only for the Yishuv HaKatan here in Jerusalem. So when someone lives in Jerusalem, Toldot Aharon, for instance, so he wears the traditional Toldot Aharon clothes. But as soon as he lives in Beit Shemesh or in Monsey or wherever he is outside of Jerusalem, so he doesn't wear this. You also see this when the Toldot Aharon Rebbe is traveling around all over the world, or to Switzerland, to Austria, to Canada, to the United States, to England. So he also, in many cases, doesn't wear the traditional Yishuv HaYashan clothes because he's not in Jerusalem at the moment. So this is very important to know. And when you have the chance, like looking at Toldot Aharon Chassidim, inside Jerusalem, outside Jerusalem, so you will notice the difference. Of course, there are Chassidim who probably, I don't know, may wear the Yishuv HaYashan Yerushalmi clothing, maybe in Beit Shemesh. Maybe they are traveling from Jerusalem and visit friends or family in Beit Shemesh, whatever. But there is a big difference. There's also a difference in stripes, like the Shomrei Imonim, Kaftanim, like the coats. They have a different kind of stripes, like the design, than, for instance, Toldot Aharon. If there is such a big difference in the design between Toldot Aharon and Toldot Avram Yitzchak, I don't know. You know, I'm not this type of person. How can I say it? You know, I'm not going to their coats and, you know, wait a minute, you know, I want to look your coat, I want to count your stripes or whatever. I'm not like this. I had, years ago when I started blogging, I had someone, actually he was also German, which was quite funny. He asked me where he can buy these kinds of Chassidic coats. And, you know, I was asking myself, I don't know if this guy was Jewish or not Jewish. You know, why would anyone who's not Toldot Aharon, for instance, let's like take Toldot Aharon. Why would anyone who's not Toldot Aharon wear their clothing? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I mean, why would I don't know, put on something, let's say a shmate or something, or a head cover, kisui rosh, and I'm not married, you know? It would be, I actually have a kisui rosh, because I underwent chemotherapy, that's the reason. I don't want to pretend that I'm married. But, you know, why would I do this? I mean, why would I want to wear Toldot Aharon clothing or Belz clothing or Gur or, you know, whatever, you name it. And I'm not. It could be that someone is a Christian missionary, but, you know, even the Christian missionary would be recognized. I mean, you go into the Toldot Aharon community and they know each other. They just know each other. You don't go there as an idiot and pretend and tell some crap, you know. They know each other. And they are also registered within the group. You have to become an official member. And the clothing you get in many groups from private, let's call them tailors, manufacturers. You know, they are, I always imagine, maybe I'm wrong, but I always imagine, you know, some women sitting together and, I don't know, knitting or sewing the clothing together. So you can only, you can only buy it within their communities. You don't get it as an outsider. I mean, you could go to a gmach and, you know, I don't know if these particular clothing is available in a gmach, in an ordinary gmach. But, just dressing up as someone wouldn't make sense. Even if even if some idiot Christian missionaries came, or, you also have here in Jerusalem, you have a lot of freaks. Like you have non-Jews who are not Christian missionaries, but they think that they are Jewish because they are mentally challenged. And you have Jews, they are also mentally challenged, and they think that by putting on certain clothes, you are in certain societies, or you are in, but you are not. You're not. I went to Toldot Aharon many times to the synagogue on Shabbat. And of course, everybody knows that I'm not in, and I don't want to be in. I just like going there and like the atmosphere. And I'm not putting on, I don't know what clothes and try to pretend someone who I'm not. I'm not into this. I had very nice conversations with Toldot Aharon women about anything, and they are very nice and explained and everything. And but I would never, would pretend, or if I went to Muncie, for instance, and say, Toldot Aharon from Jerusalem, they wouldn't believe it anyway. And everybody knows each other and has family and connections, and it's a different kind of society. So I was asking myself, like, why do people need to know all this, and why do people want to buy stuff that is not for them? Why pretend? Christian missionaries, I do get the reason. They are stupid. They try to sneak in and try to destroy as many Jewish souls as they can. But an ordinary person, I don't get this. So I call it mentally challenged or whatever. So I'm going into all of these issues. And if you know Hebrew, you can Google certain things in Hebrew. You can go to Hebrew Wikipedia about the Yishuv HaYashan and about Toldot Aharon. You will find many more information in Hebrew and also in Yiddish than on the English Wikipedia. But I also have quite a few Toldot Aharon books. I have the old Takanot from Rebbe Aaron Roth. I don't have the new ones because I'm not a member of the group. So I'm not entitled to have new or the updated Takanot, which is fine. I'm not a member. And there's also this famous book. I actually forgot the name, but there's a famous book from Rabbi Daniel Frisch, who used to be a Toldot Aharon Chassid. And he has a book about tzniut, something it's called also tzniut, modesty. And he also goes into the subject in one of the chapters into dressing codes and everything. So I will go through this again. It's not a nice book to read, especially not for women. But never mind, I have it at home. And so I'm going to go a little through the clothes. I'm not an expert in clothing. And even when you walk here through Jerusalem, let's say you walk through a Haredi area, you don't always recognize, of course you recognize Gur, but if you go to Bnei Brak already, Alexander dresses like Gur, Gur dresses like Alexander. Maybe there are tiny little differences I don't know about, but there you can get mixed up if someone is Alexander, Chassidut Alexander, or Chassidut Gur. In Jerusalem, you don't have too many Alexander, I think, because their headquarters is in Bnei Brak. But of course, you see here belts. You can recognize belts. You can recognize like some, Baalei Tshuva who try to pretend. You see this from far away, whatever. You see Toldot Aharon, Toldot Avraham Yitzchak. I can't tell the difference, especially not when it comes to the women, because Chassidic women look very much alike. You don't, unless you have someone from Toldot Aharon, Toldot Avraham Yitzchak, Shomrei Emunim, so they have a certain head cover when they are married. called Yazame. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. And so there is a difference. But if you see, let's say you see a woman, a married Chassidic woman, you see one from Rujin Boyan, or you see someone from Kalin, or you see someone from, I don't know, Stropkov or whatever. So you can't really tell the difference. You can't tell the difference with women. With guys, yes and no. Many times you may be very much mistaken when it comes to the issue that is not so obvious. But with women, you usually can't tell. So I'm going into all this. And from now on, the channel is about all these topics. Not always in such a positive way, because I'm not dreaming and think everything in Hasidic Haredi society is so great. It's not. There are many issues. And I'm also going to talk about that, but only in English, and there's nothing more on this channel in German. So this was my announcement for the day. I hope you learned a little about clothing, but I'm going a little further into the issue in the future. So this is it. I wish you a good day. We are having heat wave in Jerusalem today. Fahrenheit, I don't know. I think it should be in the 90s maybe. We are having 32 degrees today, heat wave in Jerusalem. So stay inside as much as you can. And okay, this was it. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the sun or don't enjoy it. And until the next podcast, have a good day.